Sun just came up. It is 48 degrees outside, and I'm gonna go jump in the ocean and then go for a bike ride and then go for a run. This is insane. I woke up and it was pitch black dark, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? The answer is a very mixed answer, honestly. But today we're doing a full run through. I've got 10 days till race day for my first half Ironman. And we're going to do a 1.5 mile swim, followed by 28 to 30 miles on the bike, and then 5 to 6 miles on the run, just to get into the good flow of things for transitions and make sure everything feels good, and just kind of do a live run through. So I'm going to hit that and then get some recovery afterwards and start tapering down for the race day. All right, so I didn't film anything because that workout killed me. Got my new outfit on though, check it out. Woo! My cycling kit. I feel super pumped about it. I'm all official and stuff now. But that was, actually, let's see, how much was that? Let's see if I can pull it up on my watch with one hand. 236 minutes. So it's like 4 hours-ish. That was hard. Not gonna lie. The little reality check. It was very humbling. It's like, oh yeah, it's really hard to do 3 different exercises at once. Ended up doing 1.22 miles in the water, open water swim, followed by a 31-mile bike, followed by a 5.1 mile run, something like that. So I was a mile short on the run. I ran out of time. I'm actually late to go pick up my daughter. So gotta go get the rest of the day done. But that's how it goes, being busy, trying to train for a half Ironman. And I'm pumped I got this in. The other reason I wanted to get this workout in was to test out a new lubricant for my neck called Body Glide, because I've been getting just cut to pieces from my wetsuit. So I'm really excited. That worked really well, and it was totally fine for the bike, for the run, for everything. Now I just need to work on getting my backpack a little lighter, because some people pulled me aside in the middle of my run and said, hey, is that a rucksack? And I said, nope, I'm diabetic. This thing is full of sugar. And I weighed it last night, and it's 9 pounds, and just having that on me when I'm running is really difficult. So I got to dial that in a bit more, and I should probably focus on driving too. But blood sugars did not behave at all consistently with how they used to. Typically for the bike and the run segment, I'm doing, last time I consumed like 400 carbs just to keep my blood sugars level. And this time, I think in total, for the entirety of this, I consumed like 150. So that's wild. A big part of it, for any diabetics who are curious, my insulin pump is disconnected during the swim because it's not waterproof. I put it in a waterproof case, and then not being connected to my insulin for 45 minutes makes my blood sugars run a little higher. So I had to step back on the sugar consumption. But that's a bummer, because you're supposed to consume probably 60 to 90 carbs per hour for fuel when you're doing endurance training, and I did not get that. So I am starving right now, and I got to make sure I can get enough fuel in during the race. So that's where we're at right now. You live and you learn. Ooh, speaking of, just remember, I got to add something else, and probably almost forgot why I was so dead, so tired. I didn't get any water for the swim into the bike until I got to the run. So like 3 hours into my exercise, I finally got my first sip of water. Dumb, so dumb. But see, here's the thing, I anticipated needing a ton of sugar, so I dumped all my sugar in my water bottle. And when I didn't need the sugar, because my blood sugars were kind of high in the beginning, I couldn't drink any water, because my only water had a ton of sugar in it that I could not consume. So that's a lesson I'm really glad I got to learn in practice, because I was so thirsty, and I could feel it in my throat, my chest, everything was just hurting. And I think that's probably part of the reason why I was so fatigued as well, because 3 hours of exercise, 0 water, that's not great. That's not ideal. So got back, and during the run, I grabbed my water bottle, chugged the whole thing, went out on the run. It helped, but I'm also just not in as good a shape right now as I would have liked to be. So that's due to a number of things, like the stress fracture in my foot that put me out for 6 weeks, some hip injury, knee injury, all sorts of stuff. But the reality is, I'm going to own up to it. I'm taking responsibility for it, because the reason for the stress fracture is that I put off training and then overtrained. So everything's my fault. And as long as it's my fault, it is under my power to make better decisions next time. That's where we're at.